to my channel. Thank you so much for watching, and welcome to my channel if you are new here. Thank you so much for watching as well. So today I'm going to be making a soup that I just feel is going to be a go-to this winter. It's actually a very cold day today, and I was like, I don't really know what sounds good, and I was like, soup. I want soup, and I want chicken noodle soup. But being vegan, we do not eat chicken, so I actually came up with garbanzo beans instead of meat. And I think this is going to be very good. This is going to be the first time I'm making this though, so I'm not, we'll see. I'm using this cookbook. Now I did change the recipe slightly, so I'll put all the measurements and stuff that I'm using below for you guys. I'm loving this cookbook so far though. It's called Homestyle Vegan, and it's their chickpea noodle soup. And like I said, mine's slightly different from this, but this is where the inspiration came from. And I've already marked a bunch of pages in here of things that I want to make with you guys, because most of the stuff in here looks so good. So please take a second and hit the subscribe button if you have not already. I'd greatly appreciate it, and that way you don't miss any future content. But let me zoom you guys in, and this is gonna take literally like 15-20 minutes in total, and then with the power of editing, way less than that. So the items that you're going to need, of course, are going to be some garbanzo beans or chickpeas. Now I've rinsed and drained these. And then in the bowl I've prepared already, just to save some time for us all, is some zucchini, which is a little different than the recipe. That is not normally in it, but I love zucchini, so I added that. I also put some thyme in here, some onion, garlic, carrots that are all sliced up as well, and then also on the very bottom there is a little bit of celery too. So very standard for what you would normally put with like chicken noodle soup, right? Then I also put in some penne pasta towards the end. This is brown rice pasta. Use whatever it is you have. This originally actually calls for like a rotini pasta, but this is what I had and that's what I'm gonna use. I'm gonna also add some parsley probably at the end, and then I also have pretty much the base of this soup is going to be vegetable broth, and I'm pretty much gonna use the whole thing of that too, and maybe a little extra water as well. But let's get to it. First thing we're gonna do is just saute up all of our veggies. Now this recipe calls for a little bit of oil at the bottom just to saute these up. I totally understand, but I'm gonna leave the oil out on this one and see how I do with that. Usually I can saute veggies pretty easily as I go, and maybe add a little water here and there if needed, if it really starts to stick. Oh, also, I don't know if I mentioned, but there's also a bay leaf in here as well, which don't forget to remove at the end, right? Or at least don't eat it. So we're just gonna saute these up for a little bit. We don't really even need them to get brown, but just softened a bit. Sometimes I think by adding zucchini or highly water-dense veggies, it really helps with not sticking because it releases so much moisture that I think that does it enough. I don't know, I've just kind of found that to be the case. Whenever I throw like zucchini into sauteing veggies, it really helps. This is such a great like guilt-free soup too, especially if you leave the oil out. But even if you did add a little bit of oil, it's not like the end of the world. But that's what's so great about soups that are very like just broth as the base. They're so good for you. Or they can be anyway. All right, the onions are getting there, but I'm gonna give it a little more time for the carrots. Now, they're gonna totally cook up with the pasta as well, so it's not like they have to be fully cooked through at this point. So I think we're pretty good here. We're gonna add an entire thing of vegetable broth. Now this one in particular is the low sodium one from Trader Joe's. So we're gonna let this come up to a boil, and as soon as that is at a boil, we're gonna add our pasta and the garbanzo beans, or chickpeas if you're using that. It's like one of the same. And we're gonna add that to it and let it cook away for about 8 minutes, about whatever the pasta really actually needs to be fully done. And basically we are done. So it is that simple, and I really do think that the beans are really, like garbanzo beans are such a like meaty one, you know? They're very like hearty. And I think it's gonna really do the trick of offsetting the traditional chicken noodle soup, you know? Now what I'm making here, by the way, is about a serving size for about 3 people, give or take. So this will be great because I'll have some and have some later for Nate, and we'll still have maybe a little bit left over as well. But you can make this as many servings as you want, of course, if you adjust accordingly. All right, I can hear it starting to come to that boil. Add my pasta and my garbanzo beans in here. Yum. Telling you, I think this is going to be a hit. So we're gonna let that go for about 8 minutes. While I give it 1 more minute, I'm just gonna add a little bit of this parsley to it, like a small handful. I just think that'll be really nice in it. Maybe we'll put a little on top too after we serve it. All right, we're good to go. So let's plate this up. I think I'm also gonna do maybe like some toast with it. But you do crackers, whatever it is you like with soup. And here is your finished result. And I am so excited to try this. It is so hearty, I can just tell, and I'm really hungry. So let's eat. Guys, I am so sorry. I filmed the entire Eat With Me and gave you my review of the soup, which was superb, and in post-production realized the entire part was out of focus. That is just being real. That is what happened. I am super bummed, but luckily the recipe entirely was all good to go. So I definitely wanted to include it for you guys still. Thank you guys so much for watching, and going forward I will definitely try to obviously make these recipes / eat with me for you guys, but you know, sometimes things just happen that we can't go back on, right? Anyway guys, thank you so much for watching. As always, please give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and I will see you guys very soon. Mwah!